Hello, dear students. Today's topic is abstraction in Java, which is also one of the principles of object oriented programming. First, let us know what is an abstract class. Well, it is a class that allows the declaration of one or more abstract methods and requires a subclass to define the abstract method. Obviously, when the methods are not defined, they are just declared, so there has to be a place where those functions or the methods can be defined. Remember, abstract methods are not defined at the place of their declaration. They are defined in the subclass. Now the next question comes, how to declare a class or a function as abstract? So it's as simple as using a keyword abstract. You use the keyword abstract before the class name and the class becomes abstract. You use the abstract keyword before the method name, the method becomes abstract. This is how a class can be made abstract. Like I told you, use abstract keyword just before the class declaration. Just notice how the function is made abstract. Use the keyword abstract in the function prototype and put semicolon. Terminate it then and there because it is not supposed to be defined at the place where it is declared. Very important point. Remember that an abstract class cannot be instantiated. That is, you cannot create an object of an abstract class. I have used an image from BlueJ project window. You can see when we right click on the icon of the abstract class, we do not get any option for creating the object or the instance. So it means that if we want to use the members of the abstract class, then it has to be done through its subclass. Now, a question arises. What is the objective of declaring a class as abstract? Why? Why should we do it? When we make a class abstract and we have some abstract functions in it, only declared functions are only declared, they are not defined. So in all its subclasses, we can define these functions in the way each class uses it. It means that abstract classes are basically used for objects which are closely related and share the common properties. Now let us see this example. We have two classes here, abstract class XYZ and inherited class derive. Abstract class XYZ has a function calculate which is made abstract, hence it is not defined there, but it is defined as per the need in derive class. Just see, the function is defined in derive class. So this is how abstract functions are defined. In order to understand a concept, it's always better to go through an assignment. So here it is, an assignment for you. And as you read the assignment, pause the video, then solve it, and after that, play the video to get the solution. Here I would like to tell you that this question consists of two classes, number and data. So only after reading the details of data class, you pause the video. Notice the print function, it is declared abstract. So it will not be defined here in class number. You notice that. Read the question properly. And then in data, you find that display function is defined here. It is a member of data class, but print function is also defined here, which is a member of the base class, the abstract class. So print function is declared in the superclass, the base class, but it is being defined in the inherited class, the subclass. This is what you have to take care of. Don't be impatient. If you haven't solved the question, please solve it and then move on. Please notice these 3 points. Base class must be declared as abstract. Print function, which is also abstract, must not be defined there. And print function must be defined in the subclass. Since you are expected to complete the program, so here we have a sample code of the same. The main things that I need to point towards are mentioned here on the screen. The class number is declared as abstract. The function print is also declared as abstract and hence it is not defined there. But print function is defined in the derived class. This is what you have to take care of. And other statements will be written in the normal manner as you have been doing with other programs. I hope that this video proves to be fruitful for you in understanding the given topic. Thank you. Keep practicing and enjoy programming.